I'm here now. I may as well give it a go. I'm flying in the rain. Oh, this is weird. Thought I'd come and give the Nazgul F4, which I've modified to fly in the rain, a bit of a test, as it's really windy and there are some heavy showers. So I'll sit in the car and tell you a bit about what I've done, because I don't fancy standing out there in the wet whilst I tell you. So the Nazgul, you can see, is pretty well protected from factory anyway. It's got the side plates covering the flight controller. The modifications I made, which you can see there, you'll see the propellers basically throw rainwater straight onto the air unit. Now I'm not sure how much rain would actually get into the air unit, but I don't want any to get in there. So I've made some little foam standoffs and some acrylic plate, covered both sides. You can see the other side there. Now these are easily removed. They're just stuck on with double-sided 3M tape, which is really sticky. So, you know, when I want to get the footage off, I just pull the covers off. Obviously you don't need these on all the time, it's only if you're gonna fly in the rain basically. Other, not modifications, but adaptations are I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand, I don't think. Just take the ND filter off, you'll see that there's a gap around the lens and water could get in between the gap. Obviously you're flying forwards and that's where water's going to hit first. So the ND filter actually completely covers that gap around the camera unit. Now this isn't going to be great, because what I should have got was just a plain UV filter, but I don't have one, so I'm going to have to use the ND8. You can see the electronics, they're really far back inside there, and the quad flies at that angle, so you'll get the airflow through to come back out of the O3 covers that I've put on there. There's no issue with airflow. The only thing I have done is my GPS connection is pointing right at the front. You can just see it there. And like an idiot, I forgot to bring some tape out to cover the connectors, so I've just stuck a battery strap on there just to stop the water from hitting the GPS connector there. And although the flight controller and ESCs are fairly well protected, I have actually conformal coated the solder joints that are, you can't even really see it there, they're well hidden. But the ESC, where the motors are soldered to, they're conformal coated top and bottom. The flight controller, which I'll put a picture up on the screen now, see the pointing conformal coating the whole board. So all the solder joints, you know, all the anything exposed has been conformal coated basically. One last thing to mention, the top plate on the Nazgul looks like it's got holes in, but it hasn't. So the top plate's completely solid. There are no holes in the top plate. If it works and I do get a full pack in, then I'm not going to fly very far for myself, just in case it goes wrong. But when I bring it back in, I'll take the top plate off of the Nazgul and see how much, if any, water has got inside. Oh my god, you can see how much it's raining. I'm actually nervous because I have no idea how this is going to go. I'm flying in the rain and it's really windy. Oh, and I need to pull my goggles down as well. Hang on. Oh, this is weird. I'm nervous because I don't know if it's just going to drop out the sky. There you can see him sitting in the car. I don't know if you can see the rain coming down. There's not a lot on the ND filter. It is clearing off the ND filter quite well. There is another car just pulling up behind me. I'm only going to fly around here because if it does go down I want to be able to get it. Oh, it's raining hard. I don't know if you can hear that on the windscreen. Signal's great. I don't think I've ever been so nervous to just fly close to me. It's really, really raining hard now. I actually wish that some manufacturers would try and make something from the factory that is a bit more weather resilient. You know, I'm not talking full waterproof, but kind of something like I've done. Just so that if it is raining a bit, I mean, I'm testing to the extreme here because it's raining heavy. It's raining really hard. But the new, I mean, this, you know, Iflight have done a good job with the side panels on this, but it doesn't cover the O3. I know you can't cover it because it needs airflow. But the GEP-RC domain comes with side panels. Wow, that's windy. The GEP-RC domain comes with side panels, and that does partially cover the O3, but again, not enough. I think what I've done on this adds a lot more rain protection than anything that's currently out there that you can buy off the shelf. I can't believe I'm flying in this wind, rain even. It's absolutely hammering it down. Four-minute flight in the absolute pouring rain. So far it's pretty good. Just see me sitting in the car. The ND filter, well, you can, that's how windy it is, look. That's how windy it is. To stay on the spot, that's how much of an angle I'm at. And then we'll have a look. Just whip the top plate off and see how much water's actually got inside. I'm hoping not a lot, to be honest. And if not a lot of water has got in, then I'd say this test was a bloody good success. Landing might be an issue. Right, we'll bring it back in. I'm gonna have to land just kind of in front of the car there, I think. So windy. It's the gusts. You know, 1 minute I'm kind of hovering right, and then the next minute there's just a big gust. Oh, okay, so it's a bit of a squeeze doing this in the car. Let's just power it down. Yeah, I mean, it's wet, but you're probably going to struggle to see it on the GoPro there. There's not a drop of water on any of the vents on the air unit. Obviously, you can see a lot of water on the side casing and on the ND filter around the camera. Let's whip the cover off and see how much rain actually got inside. As soon as I've whipped this top plate off, I'll swap to the mobile phone because I'll be able to get a clearer shot of the state of the inside and see how much water, if any, actually got inside. Let's have a look. I've got to do this one-handed, so apologies. So that's the... what's it stuck on there? Oh, my GPS. Oh, it's just stuck on the back. Okay, so just having a look inside. You can see a bit of water on the back of the camera there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to focus in there. There's some droplets on the buzzer, but I did conformal coat those connections as well. I'm pleased to see that no water's got much further back than the buzzer. That drip that's on top there, I'm not sure if that drip came off the top plate as I pulled it off. So you can see the rain on the back, completely dry at the back end, and I think that's fairly dry. I might just have to have a quick look at my own eyes. Hang on. Anyway, I've just unplugged the GPS so that I can actually hold it up properly. Now you might be able to see. That's better. So you can see, if you look at the solder pads, you can see where I've got the conformal coating on. Just a thin layer of conformal coat on there, but there's no water on there. You can see where I've conformal coated the motor solder joints, and again there's no water got in there or on the back. Couple of little spots just there on the bottom plate, and looking from the side there, no raindrops at all on any of the wiring or the connectors. So it only looks like it comes about as far back really as the buzzer, and that's conformal coated, and there's really, I mean, I can't tell you how hard it's raining. The O3 camera is quite well sealed anyway, so I'm not bothered about the raindrops being on there. The issue was the raindrops going in between the camera lens and the camera housing, but the ND filter's done a cracking job of that. I think I just need a UV filter instead of an ND filter for that job. Obviously it's drying off a little now, but nothing's gone underneath there, because you know it's flying at this angle, so it all kind of, the rain just kind of blows off. Wow, on the whole I'm really impressed. I mean, look how hard it's raining. Just show you that out there. It's absolutely peeing it down. And this barely, I mean, I say it barely got wet. It didn't get wet from sort of there backwards. It's completely dry. And the little side plates did a cracking job. I mean, they work perfectly. No water on the air unit at all. And just a bit there where it doesn't really matter anyway. Obviously you're going to want to dry it off, get it by your heater, maybe blow it, either blow it dry, microfibers, just so it's not sitting with moisture on it. And maybe you don't really want to fly in the wet all the time anyway, but if you go out to fly and it starts raining, say if you're having a wasted journey, you can get out and fly. I'm actually buzzing. I've got a drone, I've got a quad that if I go somewhere and it starts raining, or I've arranged to go and film something and it's raining, I can at least still fly. Obviously, you know, I live in the UK, it does this all the time. Look how hard it's raining. It's absolutely pissing it down. And I managed to get out and fly. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one.